Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this podcast that gets your English skills moving. I'm your host, Sarah, and joining me today is the always enthusiastic Ben.
Hey everyone, today, we're taking a unique approach. We've gathered some fantastic insights and are turning them into a fun, interactive workout for your English for maximum learning impact.
Exactly, Ben. We're focusing on essential vocabulary and giving you exercises you can use every day. Get ready to jumpstart your English. Let's start with some essential everyday words like get, make, and take.
These are versatile verbs, Sarah. Get alone has so many meanings. It can mean to receive, to understand, or to become. Learning how to use these core verbs effectively is crucial for fluency.
Exactly. And today's video highlights the importance of learning these words in context. For example, getting up means getting out of bed, while getting along means having a good relationship with someone.
We can do a quick exercise. Sarah, say a sentence with make and I'll try to give a different sentence with make.
I'm going to make dinner tonight.
That movie always makes me laugh.
See how make is used differently? This is what we mean by context.
To practice, try to create your own sentences using get, make, and take in different contexts. Think about your daily routines and how you can use these words to describe them.
And don't be afraid to look up examples online or in a dictionary. The more you see these words used in different ways, the better you'll understand their meanings. Now, let's move on to action words, focused on verbs that add dynamism to your speech, like explore, discover, and transform.
These are powerful verbs, Sarah. They can make your language more vivid and engaging. They help you express more complex ideas and paint a clearer picture with your words.
The video emphasized the importance of using these verbs in active voice, which makes your sentences more direct and impactful. For example, instead of saying, "The city was explored," you could say, "We explored the city."
Let's do a quick role play. I'll act as an explorer and you can ask me questions about my discoveries.
Ben, where did you explore?
I explored the hidden caves of the Whispering Mountains.
What did you discover?
I discovered ancient artifacts and a map leading to a lost city.
Fantastic. See how using these verbs makes the story more exciting?
To practice, try to create your own stories using these action verbs. Think about adventures, discoveries, and transformations.
And don't be afraid to use a thesaurus to find synonyms for these verbs. This will help you expand your vocabulary and make your speech more varied. Okay, now we will focus on words that help you express your feelings. This is crucial to building connections and communicating effectively.
Absolutely, Sarah. Being able to express your emotions clearly is essential for building strong relationships and understanding others.
It's important to use a variety of words to describe your feelings, rather than relying solely on basic words like happy and sad. For example, instead of saying, "I'm happy," you could say, "I'm excited," or "I'm very happy."
Let's do a quick exercise. I'll give you a scenario and you tell me how you feel, using different words.
Okay, I'm ready.
You just want a free trip to your dream destination.
I'm ecstatic. I'm absolutely buzzing with excitement.
Great! See how using different words creates a more vivid picture of your feelings?
To practice, try to keep a journal of your daily emotions, using a variety of descriptive words. And don't be afraid to use a dictionary or online resource to find synonyms for common emotion words.
And pay attention to how native speakers express their emotions in conversations, movies, and TV shows. This will help you understand the nuances of emotional expression in English.
We're moving on to idioms, which are phrases that have a figurative meaning different from the literal meaning of the words. This builds on the idea of learning words in context.
Idioms are a vital part of everyday English, Sarah. They add color and personality to our speech, but they can be confusing for learners if they're taken literally.
Exactly. Let's take to kick the bucket. Literally, it sounds like some sort of strange chore, but it actually means to die. This is why context and practice is so important.
Here's an exercise. I'll give you an idiom, and you give me a situation where you might use it. To break a leg.
To break a leg means good luck, usually said to performers before a show. Break a leg tonight on stage.
Great. Now, your turn. To be in the same boat.
To be in the same boat means to be in the same difficult situation as someone else. We're all in the same boat with this deadline.
To practice, try to find a list of common English idioms and create your own scenarios where you can use them. Or, listen to English conversations and note down any idioms you hear.
And don't be afraid to ask native speakers for clarification if you're unsure of an idiom's meaning. They'll appreciate your curiosity. Now, let's tackle grammar, but in a fun and engaging way, emphasized active learning. We're going to play some grammar games.
Grammar can seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be, Sarah. Games can make learning grammar rules more enjoyable and memorable.
We'll start with a sentence scramble. I'll give you a jumbled sentence, and you have to rearrange it into a grammatically correct sentence. Yesterday. The store. To. Went. I
went to the store yesterday.
Perfect. Now, let's try a fill in the blank with verb tenses. She. Lunch at noon every day.
She eats lunch at noon every day.
Great job. Now, let's try one with the preposition. The book is. The table.
The book is on the table.
Perfect. To practice, create your own grammar games and play them with a friend or language partner. Or, find online grammar games and apps that make learning grammar fun and interactive.
And, as always, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Grammar is a complex system, and everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is to learn from them and keep practicing.
We're moving on to pronunciation, which is crucial for clear communication. We emphasize the nuances of expressing emotions, and pronunciation is all about nuance.
Pronunciation can be challenging, but it's essential for being understood, Sarah. We're going to focus on some common pronunciation pitfalls and how to avoid them.
Let's start with the th sound. Try saying think and this clearly, focusing on the placement of your tongue.
Think. This.
Great. Now, let's try some minimal pairs, which are words that differ by only one sound. Ship and sheep.
Ship. Sheep.
Perfect. Now, we will do a little practice with stress. Listen to how I say the sentence. I went to the store yesterday. Now you try it.
I went to the store yesterday.
Excellent. To practice, find a list of minimal pairs and practice saying them aloud. Or, record yourself speaking English and compare your pronunciation to that of a native speaker.
And don't be afraid to use online pronunciation resources and apps to help you improve your pronunciation. They can provide valuable feedback and exercises.
Language and culture are intertwined, so understanding English-speaking cultures is essential for effective communication. We're building on the contextual understanding.
Culture influences everything from language to social norms, Sarah. Understanding these cultural nuances can help you avoid misunderstandings and build stronger relationships.
Let's talk about some common cultural differences. For example, in some cultures, directness is valued, while in others, indirectness is preferred.
And humor can also vary significantly between cultures. What's considered funny in one culture might be offensive in another.
Let's do a quick cultural scenario. Imagine you're invited to a dinner party at a British person's house. What are some things you should keep in mind?
Punctuality is important. Bring a small gift, like flowers or wine. And be prepared for polite small talk about the weather.
Excellent. To practice, research different English-speaking cultures and learn about their customs and traditions. Or, watch movies and TV shows from different English-speaking countries to get a sense of their cultural norms.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. Native speakers are usually happy to share their cultural insights.
Storytelling is a powerful way to connect with others and engage your audience, building on the dynamic approach.
Everyone loves a good story, Sarah. Storytelling can help you practice your English skills and make your conversations more interesting.
Let's try a storytelling exercise. I'll start a story and you continue it. Once upon a time, there was a brave knight who lived in a castle.
One day, the knight received a message from a princess who was trapped in a tower.
The knight immediately set off on a journey to rescue the princess.
Along the way, he encountered a fearsome dragon who guarded the entrance to the tower.
The knight, using his wits and his sword, battled the dragon.
And finally defeated him, freeing the princess.
Great job! To practice, try telling stories to your friends or family in English. Or write down your own stories and practice reading them aloud.
And don't be afraid to use vivid language and descriptive details to make your stories more engaging.
We're focusing on vocabulary building, which is essential for expressing yourself clearly and precisely, and a wider vocabulary helps with that.
A strong vocabulary is like having a toolkit of words, Sarah. The more tools you have, the more you can express and understand.
Let's try a vocabulary building exercise. I'll give you a word, and you give me a synonym and an antonym. Happy.
Synonym, joyful. Antonym, sad.
Excellent. Now another one. Brave.
Synonym, courageous. Antonym, cowardly.
Perfect. To practice, use flashcards to learn new words, or try using a vocabulary building app. Read books and articles in English to expand your vocabulary through context.
And don't be afraid to use a dictionary and thesaurus to look up new words and find synonyms and antonyms.
Finally, let's talk about making English a daily habit, integrating all the themes we have touched on.
Consistency is key, Sarah. Even a few minutes of practice each day can make a big difference.
Let's create a daily English practice plan. For example, you could start your day by listening to an English podcast or watching an English news clip.
During your commute, you could practice pronunciation by shadowing a native speaker or listening to an audiobook.
During your lunch break, you could play a grammar game or use a vocabulary building app.
And in the evening, you could write a journal entry in English, watch an English movie, or have a conversation with a language partner.
Exactly. And don't forget to incorporate the techniques we've discussed today, using idioms in context, playing grammar games, practicing pronunciation, exploring culture, telling stories, and building your vocabulary.
The key is to find activities that you enjoy and make them a part of your daily routine. This will help you stay motivated and make learning English more enjoyable.
Thanks for listening today, and if you found the video helpful, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode, and share it with others who might benefit. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, we'd love to hear from you, so your feedback is really important to us. Thanks for listening, and as always, happy learning. You're doing great. Bye, everyone.